So, I love the holidays. And sometimes I have a little bit of mixed feelings about it. You know, I love the lights. I love the decorations. I love the goodies. I love the smiles and the laughter and the fun and the anticipation of what's happening. But what I don't care for is the busyness of it all. Anybody else? Yeah. I strive to live my life in a very calm and peaceful manner to the best of my ability. So when things get really hectic and really frenetic, it doesn't make me feel particularly joyful. And I'm a single person, so I don't have to, you know, I have a few presents to buy, and, you know, I put up a few decorations, and Lord knows I don't do anything in the kitchen, so that's nothing like that. But I can only imagine how those of you with families and jobs and obligations and cooking and decorating, yes, it's fun because it's all the hoopla and everything, but it can also be kind of stressful, right? So today we're going to take a very lighthearted, and my intention is a very heart-lighted look at our holiday to-do list. And we're going to see if we can turn that feeling of being stressed into a feeling of being blessed instead. But before I do that, I have a story to tell you, but I need to front-load it by saying my nickname for years in California was Reverend Naughty. I don't know why, but it is. And even my California license plates say R-E-V-N-O-T-Y, Rev Naughty. So I'm telling you that because of this joke that I'm about to tell you, okay? So I'm just recognizing that in advance. So Santa is having a bad day. It is the day before Christmas, and things are not going well at all. The elves are drunk, and the line is not going through, and Mrs. Claus, she is not in a good mood, and Santa, it's Christmas Eve, and he's just bummed. He is not having a good day at all. So he goes into his office, and he closes the door, and he's so frustrated, and he's so stressed out, and he's going to have a drink. So he opens up the liquor cabinet, and the elves have drunk all of the liquor. And he is about at his wit's end, and he hears a knock on the doorbell. And he goes and he answers the doorbell, and here's a tiny little angel with a giant Christmas tree. And the angel says to him, "Okay, fat man, I got your Christmas tree, where do you want it?" And thus we have the myth of how the angel gets on top of the Christmas tree. How naughty. So I found this revised Christmas to-do list on Facebook. And then several of you actually sent it to me, so I decided it might be made for a good talk. So if you don't like it, you can blame the people who sent it to me. So I know this is a little hard to read, but just bear with me because it's got a really excellent message. So the first revision that we are doing to our holiday list is, instead of buy presents, be present. Now the truth is, those of us who live here in North America, we don't need a lot of stuff. You know what? If we want something, if we need something, we go and get it. So sometimes, for some people, the very greatest gift that we can give to someone is not another gewgaw, but our presence, our time, our attention. This time can be very lonely for some people. You know, either they don't have family or friends, or their memories of the holidays are painful. They're certainly not joyful. So if you know someone like that, if you know someone who's going to be alone for the holiday, or who has a memory that is still kind of painful, the best thing you can do is to be present for them. Pick up the phone, call them. Pay a visit, take them out for coffee, something. In other words, some of the time that you're spending shopping for presents, instead, give someone the gift of your presence. And that goes for us as well. Because another aspect of being present is to slow down and just be present. What's the point of preparing all of this stuff for all these holidays and then not taking the time to enjoy the fruits of our efforts? To just be present. And I love this quote by Thich Nhat Hanh. Life is available only in the present moment. If you abandon the present moment, you cannot live the moments of your daily life deeply. So perhaps give yourself the gift of your own presence and your own being. Spend a little bit of time with you and your beloved self. Second on our revised to-do list is wrap someone in a hug instead of wrap gifts. There's not a whole lot I can say about this. I mean, studies have shown for years the benefits of sincere and appropriate affection. For instance, look at some of the benefits of a simple hug that you may not have known. It builds trust and a sense of safety, which leads to honest and open communication. Hugs can instantly boost oxytocin. Wait, that's not the drug, right? What's the drug called? How do you know? Instantly boosts tocin levels, which heal feelings of loneliness, isolation, and anger. Hugs lift someone's serotonin levels, elevating their mood and creating happiness. Hugs strengthen the immune system. I thought this was cool. They stimulate, when you put heart to heart, it stimulates the thymus gland, which regulates and balances the body's production of white blood cells, which keeps you healthy and disease-free. Hug someone today. I'm going to go on. Hugging boosts self-esteem. From the time that we're born, the families touch that affection. It lets us know that we are loved and special. And it's no different when we're grown up. Hugging reminds us that we are loved, which leads to high self-esteem. It also relaxes muscles. I thought this one was interesting too. Hugging relieves tension in the body. They soothe the aches and pains by increasing circulation into soft tissue. They teach us how to give and receive. Give and receive. Because there is an equal value in receiving and being receptive to love, as there is to giving and sharing love. Hugs educate us that love flows both ways. And finally, hugs teach us how to let go and to be in the present moment. Encourage us to flow with the energy of life. So when you leave here today, you know what you need to do, right? Hug someone. Hug someone's. I'm going to be standing right up there. I've had a rough couple of weeks, okay? So I'm going to be standing right up there. It is simple, it is delightful, and it's good for you. How cool is that? Next on our list, instead of sending gifts, send peace. One of the main tenets of our teaching is that we are all connected to one another. We are all part of the one with a capital O. That's why we talk so much about being conscious of our thoughts and being conscious of our actions, because what we think and what we do not only affects us, it affects the collective consciousness. So that if we're feeling stressed or angry or irritable or upset about the holidays, we are feeding into that collective energy. On the other hand, when we choose to be present, when we choose thoughts of peace and love and harmony and beauty and joy, even in the midst of the holiday craziness, We are contributing to creating a shift from stressed to blessed. Here's a quote by our founder, Ernest Holmes. We should allow the gifts of life to flow out to everything we touch, everyone we meet, every situation we contact. Then, wherever we go, every situation is blessed, every person is helped, every discord is harmonized without our even being conscious of it. We also contribute to the greater good by doing this next thing on our list. Instead of shop for food, make it donate food. In this case, to this group, I feel like I'm preaching to the choir, because ever since I moved here, I have been amazed and thrilled at the level of giving in this community and also in this city. For instance, I moved here in April of 2013, and the 100-year flood happened in June of 2013. And to see people and how they showed up to help people who had been affected by that, it is so heartwarming. So I don't feel like I really need to stress a lot about this, because you're already doing it. You got this one. Okay, so let's move to the next one, which is not only kind of profound, but you know what? It's also kind of fun. Instead of make cookies, make love. Now, folks, do not run home and tell your families that your minister told you to do this like that, okay? In this case, making love is similar to giving peace. It's a state of mind. It's a state of heart. Another one of our basic tenets of our teaching is that we are always at choice. We are always at choice to choose our thoughts and to choose our responses and our actions. Now, we may not always feel as if we have a choice in a particular situation that we're in, a particular circumstance, but we can always choose how we are going to respond to them. So when that guy cuts you off on the freeway, someone almost runs you over at the mall, one of your relatives is acting squirrely, your boss is not being kind, you have the choice as to how you are going to respond and react and think about that situation. Are you going to add negativity to the already negative scene by responding in kind? Or are you going to dissipate the energy by responding in love? One of my favorite methods to do this, actually, it was, some of you aren't even old enough to remember this, maybe 25, 30 years ago, the Christian community had a slogan that said, "What would Jesus do?" It's actually wonderful. We just change it. We say, "What would love do?" What would love do here? How would love respond to this situation? What is the loving choice right now? Now, please understand, I'm not saying this is easy. Dear God, I'm not saying this is necessarily easy. Our human selves are very often want to react with the same energy that we are perceiving is happening, right? However, choosing a loving response is a higher, more evolved way of being. And we are evolving. We are evolving individually, and we are evolving collectively. We truly, truly do want peace and harmony in our world, just like Amy's song, "Peace on earth and goodwill to men." And I looked at it and I saw your faces. This is who we are. This is how we want our life to look. So make love. That brings us to our final one on our to-do list. Instead of see the lights, be the light. Why don't you just sit with that for just a moment? Be the light. Each one of us has within us a divine spark. You didn't put it there. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to qualify for it. It is already within you by the very fact that you are here. You are breathing. You are living, which means that you are a divine expression, a divine spark. God, the divine, spirit, life, love, whatever you want to call it, is living in you as you are the light. And there are some people who are hiding their light under a bushel, right? A bushel of self-doubt and unworthiness and old beliefs and comparison and negativity and all that stuff. And it's true that it appears that some people are never, ever, ever going to discover that light within them. And as a result, their path, their life is unillumined. It doesn't mean they don't have the spark. It means that it's hidden under the bushel. And that's all the more reason why those of us who are starting to wake up need to let our light shine. Because when we do that, we're illuminating not only our path, but we're illuminating the path of those who don't know the spiritual truth about them, that they are divine, they have the divine spark within them. We can shine our light for them until they can see it themselves. We can peel away all of those layers of mistaken beliefs and shine our light for ourselves and for others. I know many of you are familiar with that wonderful quote. It was attributed to Nelson Mandela during his inaugural speech, but it was actually written by Marianne Williamson, who is one of us, by the way. She wrote, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us. It is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give permission to others to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others." I'd like you to sit again with that idea. You were born to make manifest the glory of God within you. You were born to let that light shine. So this holiday season and beyond, be present, hug someone, send peace, donate food, make love, and be the light. And so it is.